Hey, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
And E.
That's right, and it's time for.
Story time.
That's right.
Yes. Sorry, I got a piece of candy in my mouth. Thank you for coming back. It is still our story time that we're getting through.
That's right.
Thanks for coming back. We enjoy y'all listening to us. The comments we're getting, great. Thank you very much.
That's right.
I'm gonna start off. Let me finish this candy.
Yeah, well, listen. With story time, we have all different types of things we do. Me personally, I love the scenario ones when we give a scenario and we kind of figure out what we would do in that scenario, or what is the best thing in that scenario. How I like those a little better, but these other ones are good. Where where you have to pick between this or that, or admit something, or would you rather do this or rather do that? So that's kind of where our story times come in, and you kind of get a perspective of what type of people we are and how we handle things, how we see things. So she's going to start off with, well, I'll let you explain it.
What was I gonna do on? I don't want to do that one. All right, so okay, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your best characteristic? Your best characteristic is?
I think mine is the ability to kind of mesh with any type of person. And that's been going on for years. Even in high school, some of the outcasts in high school, I was okay with. Even though I didn't associate with some of the things they did, whether it's just bad or whether it's illegal, I still had a relationship, with them in the sense that we could be, cool with one another and not really have no issues, to the preppy guy in school. So I had a knack to really be able to allow people. I think that's my best thing, is I allow people to be who they are, as long as there's no disrespect. And then I think they see it. So a lot of times people come to me and ask me questions based on the fact that they respect my opinion and respect the fact that I would be truthful with them, but still respectful. So I think that's one of my best things, that I'm able to just deal with a variety of people, or just assortment of folks. But most people can't do that. Most people just put people in categories, and if they're outside the box, they don't want nothing to do them, zero to do them. Where I always believe there's some good in everybody, and so I just kind of stay in that good space.
Okay, so on that being said, what do you think mine is?
Okay,
or your opinion of mine?
Well, I just think it's one of those things, and over the years I noticed that you're a people person, meaning you like to be around people, enjoy being around and having a good time. And so I think your thing is basically kind of setting the stage for people, especially in group settings, to kind of accommodate them, to say, okay, we want to make things great, make things good, and you kind of that facilitator to that type thing. And so a lot of people would, like me, I'm kind of sit back and say, y'all let me know what y'all gonna do, where you kind of hands on, hey, let's get this done, because you're kind of thinking about everybody. So I noticed over the years that's one of the things that I've seen, that what I would say your best character, because a lot of people don't do that, but you're willing to go the extra mile to kind of accommodate. Now there's some issues that came up where maybe you did your best and that person just was that type of person you couldn't do, but it seemed like you resort to whatever you can get to, and as much as you can, and that would be just to just to think of others a lot more. So that would be my thing.
What I think, maybe I shouldn't have worded this as the best characteristic. Probably should have worded it as a good characteristic of yourself. I think I tend to, and I think I mentioned this in one of our other videos before, I tend to allow people, I get involved with people in conversations, or get to know people and allow them to be who they are at first. And I give them the opportunity to do right in a sense, when it comes to me, I usually give you the benefit of the doubt initially until you give me a reason to doubt you.
Right.
You know, in a sense, if that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I think, is a couple for you.
Uh-oh.
One is, I know people, I used to hear people, even when I was growing up and even as an adult, you just hear, oh, men are just like babies. They tend to whine, they get sick, and, you know, and they're like, oh, they're just horrible when they get sick. I can't recall once, ever, in our 30 plus years of our relationship that you ever whined. And I don't mean whine like baby whine, but just act like a baby, like, oh, I can't do this, or what. You never did that. If anything, you're like, just let me work through this. You know, leave it alone, let me sleep it off, whatever the case is, you know. The other one I foresee is you're not out lavishly like some guys and trying to be Mr. Dapper and trying to get the best clothes, and you're you know, and I don't mean that
you're a bum. No, go ahead.
you're I don't mean, for lack of a better word, it's just simple as far as, you know, you're not trying to, is that
no,
not bad.
No, that's cool.
You know, I was just saying, just you don't try to get out there and spend hundreds of dollars on sneakers or any outfit, or you're just not like that. And, you know,
it's funny you say that, because I remember years ago I had an older car. And a lot of guys were buying newer cars. They weren't like brand new, but they were newer cars. And I remember for a stretch of about a year and a half that I had about 5 or 6 guys call me, hey man, I'm stranded over here. Hey man, I need to jump. Something's wrong with my car. And I kept having this old car going to help these people out with these newer cars. So I was never into that that flashy things. It's just me. I think it's just one of those other things that I could never buy a Rolex watch, because I just think that that's far. I mean, the markup that they have on it, I don't mind giving the price. It's probably, I mean, the cost is probably more than the regular Timex, but the markup is tremendously higher than that. That's just my belief. I could be wrong, but that's the only reason why I kind of put that in perspective. So, you know, but that's just my thing. So I really appreciate that. But now we're gonna get into another thing, and that's gonna be, what's your favorite time of the year? Now, we're gonna break that down into 3 different categories. What's your favorite day of the week? What's your favorite month? And ultimately, what's your favorite season? So, favorite day of the week, favorite month, favorite season.
It's changed over the years. Favorite day of the week, I really don't have one, but if I were to pick one, of course you want to pick a weekend, but you know, you don't have to work, but everybody doesn't always work on the weekends. Some people work on the weekends and off during the week. But me, I'm off on the weekends, and I have been forever. But, I mean, I would have to say Saturday.
Okay.
I would say midweek Wednesday, because that breaks the week. But I'm just going to go with Saturday as far as my best day.
Best day?
Best month. A lot of people, I think I love Christmas time. And I don't love Christmas time basically, for the giving and the gifts, and that's okay. But I just love the lights and the decorations, and we used to decorate the house inside and out, and like a gingerbread house, and it was just, you know, I just and I love turning the lights on and just sit there and watch the lights change, and the creativity that was created during that point. So I would have to say Christmas. I was going to say February, which was Valentine's Day, but yeah, I'm going to have to say Christmas.
Okay.
And season, I would probably say spring.
Spring, okay.
Spring. That changes. Well, it's not too hot and it's not too cool. I mean, so I would say spring.
Oh, okay. Well, mine, I'm going with, on the day of the week, I'm going to go with Friday, only because that seems like the tapering down day and where everything is different. Because regardless of your work schedule, most things when you have appointments or things you want to do, they're piled in that week, regardless of what your schedule is. And Friday kind of is like, okay, we're calming down, we're easing out this thing. So Friday will probably be my favorite day of a week. Now, my favorite month and the favorite season kind of coincide with each other. And my favorite month is October. And not because it's just my birthday and I'm accepting gifts up to the 31st, so I figure, and if people need more time, that's fine, I understand. I got a form you fill out to give you an extra extension. But October is my favorite month and the fall is my favorite season. I just love fall. I love the fall colors. Even wearing colors, because I remember one time I wore this. I ain't worn it in a while. I think I had more autumn color. People say, man, that looks good on you. I don't know. Sometimes when you feel a certain way, and it kind of
almost like the turtleneck thing.
Something like that. It was like a brownish,
and then the
whatever. It probably was. I don't know, but I remember. Yeah. And so fall is my favorite because even I relate the dawn. You know how the sun is just coming up. Always give me that fall feel. Even though no matter what time of the year it is.
Speaking of, I liked it in the reverse.
Mm-hmm.
In the evening, because when everybody was out Christmas shopping during Thanksgiving or whatever, something about the back of the car lights and being in traffic and the way the sky was darkening, and then you just see all, tail lights. Yeah. And it just, sorry.
It's kind of weird how that is because they're almost like identical, but we feel it. Like when, the sunrise or sunset, kind of the same thing, but people feel a different way about it. Mm-hmm. Like I still like sunsets, but something about the sunrise is the thing for me. And I just like fall, even though fall is kind of, you put on the back side of the year. I just like fall, it just puts me in the air of, and I don't know, maybe statistically they can prove it. I just think people are calmer during that. When you think of fall, you think of calm, relaxed, everybody kind of respecting each other, relax. You think of the family around the table. To me, fall just kind of gets in that mood.
Speaking of the not even just the fall of the season, are you finished?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. What I was going to say about the dawn of, it getting light outside again. No, is that right? Dawn is
dawn, yeah.
Right.
Dusk is going, yeah, dawn is
right, okay. Is when we would travel and I do my best driving. I can drive night. I can't drive as long from day into dark. But I can drive from dark into day.
Right.
You get more hours out of me.
Is that right? Okay.
As far as driving. I just do better.
Wow.
Because I love driving and like you said, the sunrise and coming up and you see it breaking. And it's just something about it. It's soothing to me, especially being on the road.
Yeah, y'all got to find that stuff out about each other because I have a younger brother and we are perfect driving mates.
We're not?
No,
okay.
I'm just saying because he loves to drive at night. He's just a night person. And I prefer to drive during the day. I could do them both, but maybe I'm more comfortable, I would say, driving during the daytime. I don't really fight to sleep as much as at nighttime. But he loves, so it works out. The only problem I have with my youngest brother, I mentioned to him, so this ain't no new news to him, is he's a talker. And so a lot of times when it's his time to drive, I don't necessarily get no time to sleep.
Somebody used to do that to me.
But
I'll be trying to sleep and you be talking to me and I'm like, okay, but I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah. But see, that's cool. I'm glad that, we love to get on the road and it'd be tough if she didn't put them hours in. But usually what we do when we get where we're going and we scooting around and stuff, I usually do all that. And the only reason why I'm fine with that, because I think when a person gets comfortable in the car, ripping around, it's a lot easier than going back and forth because when you're driving, regardless of the person sitting there, and they could be wide awake, the person driving kind of picks up on things on the road, especially in another town or whatever. They know, okay, let me go back. They remember stuff. Okay, yeah, I was in the corner of McDonald's. Here, I need to turn here. But the other person sit there, may notice, may not. So I just is more comfortable, and you don't have to readjust or try to get yourself together. That's why I don't mind. That's usually what we do is we're on the road, we kind of split it up. We get where we're going, scooting around. I usually do that.
Yeah, I remember when the kids were younger, much younger. And that's how I would never get sleep, hardly any get any sleep. So you would do most of the driving, because when I wasn't driving and you were driving, I was still having to deal with children, and, changing diapers and, it just kind of stuff like that. So you would do a lot of the driving, and then because you knew when we got to where we were going, I had to be awake or whatever. But anyway, but still.
But those are some of our favorite. Hopefully these will spark little questions or little interest in you guys. Y'all can talk to one another, friends, families, mates or whatever, and y'all can talk about stuff and just bring some of these questions up. We got, you go in our story time, we have a few story times that you can go and check out and spark some interest, talk to some people, and you can find a lot about people by asking questions. That's why we do this, because this is you know a little bit more about us, and you can probably learn more about people that you know if you just get these questions and scenarios circulating, and you're like, wow, I didn't know you would think of things that way. So it's like, even in the story time, been together all these years, there's certain things like, oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, really? So it's always opportunities for that. Before we leave, do me a favor, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share, comment below, and I do believe that's it.
That is it. Thanks for following Sunshine and E.